Good morning, sir.
Yes, yes. Now I am able to see.
Yes.
Okay.
So it is good that you try to project yourself as a law student. You have come in black coat like a lawyer. Okay, you are from Hisar.
Yes, sir.
Tell me three important personalities from Bihar which have shaped Haryana.
Sir, one first personality that comes to my mind is Mr. O.P. Jindal. He brought Hisar into the limelight by setting up the steel industry here. So first is that. Sir, second one would be Saina Nehwal. She is from Hisar and she brought a lot of glory in the arena of sports to India. And sir, third would be Mr. Bhajan Lal. He hails from this area and he has brought in a lot of development to Hisar in the political arena.
But my question was, who have brought, laurels to Haryana, not only Hisar. So you
Yes,
said Bhajan Lal's development was restricted to Hisar. That is what you tried to say?
Sir, he focused on Hisar, but he did a lot of development in other parts of Haryana as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
You are a student of law.
yes, sir.
Okay, let us talk about law. How does the Constitution of India differ from, say, three other major constitutions in the world? You can take the example of USA, you can take the example of Russia, you can take the example of Great Britain, or any other example.
Yes,
Tell
sir.
me.
Sir, with respect to the difference between the Constitution of India and USA, Indian Constitution is very long and the US Constitution is very short. In the Indian Constitution, we have a number of reasonable restrictions on the fundamental rights that are provided to the citizens. However, that is not the case in the case of the United States of America, where it is believed that there is an absolute kind of fundamental rights that are provided to the citizens. So that is one major thing that comes to my mind with respect to USA. Sir, with respect to UK, the fundamental difference is that in United Kingdom there is no the constitution is not codified. It is a set of principles and norms that are being followed, but it is not in a written format. However, in the case of India, it is in a written format. And sir, with respect to Russia, um, in the Russian constitution, there is a lot of importance that has been given to social and economic rights over the political and civil rights. However, in the Indian constitution, there is a balance that has been struck by including both kind of rights in different parts of the constitution. That is part 3 and part 4.
Okay. Okay, let us come to part three. You use
Yes,
the word reasonable restrictions.
yes, sir.
What are the reasonable restrictions provided by Constitution of India as far as right to equality is concerned?
As far as right to equality is considered, the reasonable restrictions that come to my mind is first of all that it is available only to the Indian citizens. It is not available to the foreigners. So that is a kind of restriction. Sir, that is one restriction that is coming to my mind right now.
Have you heard about the term called intelligible differentia?
Yes, sir.
Does it not provide restrictions as far as right to equality is concerned?
Yes, sir, it does provide.
Give me example.
Yes, sir. Sir, for example, when it is related to jurisprudence related to providing reservations in the jobs and the education sector, the Supreme Court always try the Supreme or the courts always try to strike an intelligible differentia, which means that there has to be a rational logic behind providing that particular reservation, and that has to be based on, say for example, some kind of statistical reports or studies. So that is one example that comes to my mind.
Any other example?
So no other example is coming to my mind right now, but I
I'll
will.
give you a hint. I'll give you a hint.
Yes, sir.
Providing incentives or the infrastructure facilities by the state.
Yes, sir. Sir, usually when that is done by the state, so that is done on the basis of the income level or the economic status of a particular person, and that is a kind of intelligible differentia that the courts look for.
Yes, allotment of houses by housing boards
Yes, sir.
to different economic sections of the society is an example of intelligible differential.
Yes, sir.
Then providing incentives for industries in MSME is
Yes,
also an example for intelligible differential.
yes, sir.
Okay. Now tell me what were the you must have read about Companies Act.
Yes, sir.
What were the major changes which were brought in the area of Companies Act by the amendment in 2013, I think?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, the major reason that why Companies Act 2013 was brought in to replace the earlier Act of 1956 was to focus on corporate governance reforms, because a lot of scandals had actually come up during this period, such as the Satyam scandal, the Harshad Mehta scandal, etc. So that was the basic purpose. And sir, with regard to particular sections, so there was a concept of one person company that was introduced. Then there was a concept of serious fraud investigation officer that was introduced. So there was a need for having independent directors on the board of directors of a company. Then there was also a provision to have at least one woman director on the board of directors of a public company. So these are the major changes that come to my mind.
Okay. In your opinion, this uh, thing brought about independent directors in 2013.
Yes, sir.
Mm, has it been achieved? If not, why?
Sir, to the best of my knowledge, I believe that since it is mandatory as per law to have independent directors in the listed companies, it should have been achieved. But I am not aware about this particular thing. I'll have to go up and look into it.
Okay, 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 okay. Uh, what is the difference between the different trade laws which are there in India compared to the trade laws, say, in USA? You
So,
can take some time to think and then tell.
yes, sir. Sir, I'm not aware about this issue. I'll have to go up and check on it.
Okay, check on it in areas of minimum wages, then working hours, then conditions to be provided to the workers. Okay, at least in these three areas, and the the benefits which accrue to the workers in form of pension, social security, etc., etc.
Yes, sir. I will do that.
Okay. Now, you must have read about social security legislations also.
Yes, sir.
How it has progressed in India, say, over last 50 years?
Sir, in the last few years, what we have seen is that the government has gone for the rationalization of labor laws, and today we have four broad labor codes that encompass a number of previous labor legislations. And the major changes that have been brought with regard to social security is that they have widened the ambit of social security, in the sense that it is now also available to the workers who are not considered full-time employees, like the gig workers and the platform workers. So that is one major change that has been brought in by the government, looking at the changing economic aspects that are taking place in India.
Okay. I'll give you a situation
Yes.
and you should provide the solution
All right, sir.
from legal perspective. Mr.
Yes.
Ram is attempting to encroach upon the agriculture land of Mr. Sham. What will you what solution you will provide?
Sir, in this case, if there is a case of encroachment, so I think the person whose land is being encroached, he will have to report the same to the authorities, the district authorities, and then whatever the records will be there with the district authorities, that whose land it is, with respect to that, the district authorities must adjudicate that he should not be able to encroach, and if he has already encroached, then he must have to take a step back. So that is how it will have to be resolved at the level of the district authorities only.
I'll give you a hint. Try to use provisions of CRPC.
Uh, Sir, I'm not able to comprehend it right now.
But you know about CRPC, right?
Yes, sir.
Because when you did, CRPC was in place.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you use section 145 of the CRPC in this case as a district magistrate or as a sub-divisional magistrate?
Sir, I'm not aware about this, but I'll go and read upon it.
Yes, read it. Because
Yes, sir.
this is an important area where the administration and lawyers both have equally failed India over last 4 5 decades. Of course,
All right.
there are some people who have taken. It is very simple. Take the thing on record, inspect the land, hear both the parties, hear the neighbors of the parties, and 145 provides you an authority to pass an order as to who is entitled to be in possession of the land, if you remember the language correctly.
All right.
Pass that order in 145 that Mr.
All right.
Ram only is entitled to be possession, so Mr. Sham is prohibited from entering. It's as simple as that.
All
And
right,
that is
sir.
probably the best solution for such a scenario, including the solutions to be given by court of law.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes.
just try to, these are administrative issues linked to law.
Yes, sir.
So you should be little more, informed about all these things,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Tell
Yes,
me
sir.
what are you doing now?
Sir, I am having a conversation with you.
Apart from that,
Sir, I am sitting in my room and thinking
okay,
about various issues and the questions that you are asking me.
okay. Have you appeared for other competitive exams also?
Sir, not in the line of administration. I have cleared my UGC NET exam. I have also received a junior research fellowship. So that is the other competitive exam that I have given in recent times.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Uh, why do you want to join civil services?
Yes, sir. Sir, my primary motivation behind joining civil services is I wanted something in my professional journey that provides me with a broad canvas to work upon. I wanted a diversity of skills of mine to be implemented, and that too, that should create a good and positive national impact. So, in that sense, I found civil services to be the right platform to provide me with that kind of exposure.
Okay. If I make one statement that your knowledge about law is going to make you biased or is going to be a limiting factor in dealing with the administrative situations, what will be your response?
Sir, with all due respect, I believe that my knowledge of law would actually help me instead of deterring me, it would actually help me in the administration as far as going by the rule of law is concerned, because I would know that whether I am on the right side of the law or not. However, since you have pointed out that it may hamper the administrative side, so I will try to unlearn whatever there is from my days of legal education so that I can become a better administrator. And that I would try to do through the various trainings that the academy would provide me, etc.
Okay.
Yes,
Tell
sir.
me, what are the pillars on which the rule of law rests?
Yes, sir. Sir, there are three pillars of the rule of law that have been propounded by Mr. A.V. Dicey, and that is basically the supremacy of law, the equality of law, and mm, the predominance of legal spirit.
Okay, and explain predominance of legal spirit.
Sir, predominance of legal spirit means that the kind of law that a country has, or the kind of laws that a country has, should be in the spirit of rights of the people. It should be pro people and not against them.
Okay, it basically means that if one has to choose between people and state, the people should be given preference and not the state,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
right? Okay.
Yes.
Now, recently, the three fundamental laws of India have been renamed. There are some changes like IPC, CRPC, and CPC.
Yes, sir.
What do you think are the major changes which have taken place in CRPC?
Yes, sir. Sir, with respect to CRPC, which is now the Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Samhita, sir, major changes have basically been introduced with respect to the procedural timelines. So now the various timelines have been changed, and the now the aim is basically to conclude the trial within a shorter period of time because there is a huge pendency of cases. So that is one thing. Sir, secondly, there are also other changes that have been made in the area of the how the evidence is to be collected, the admissibility of digital evidence, etc., so as to make the whole procedure more in line with today's era. And sir, thirdly, uh, sir, these changes come to my mind right now.
Okay, good, good, good. Okay, I think we can stop here now. Uh, Tell me, in your own assessment, how did you perform today?
Sir, there are issues of law that I still need to prepare. Like you asked about the trade laws and even the Section 145 CRPC question. So I will have to prepare them more in detail and probably think of examples for certain things like intelligible differentia one. I should have maybe come up with a better example. So those things I need to think more about right now. That is the major thing that is my assessment, that there is a scope for improvement, but I can do that.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
then what else do you want to know?
Sir, I just want to know that how I can answer better and how I can maybe frame answers in a better form, and what are the areas that I can prepare in the time that is now left.
Uh, I think your answers were reasonably good, but
All right,
yes,
sir.
at some places you have to be little more specific,
All right, sir.
like the questions asked on intelligible differentia, reasonable restrictions, etc.,
Yes.
etc.,
Yes, sir.
and come out with common examples which are being practiced in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Like the best example was reservations in public employment and educational opportunities in
Yes, sir.
public sector, right?
Yes.
Now you have to be very specific when you talk about employment. You should mention about public employment,
All right.
because reservations or this reasonable restriction concept is not applicable to employment outside the public sector.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That
sir.
is why all reservations made in private sector in Haryana were quashed by the court
Yes,
because
sir.
it's violative of Part 3. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
when you give these examples, be specific. Use the word public employment and
Hmm.
educational opportunities in public institutions.
Yes, sir.
If you are giving such an example.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Similarly, the reasonable restrictions example
Hmm.
and the intelligible differentia example,
Hmm.
those also should be very specific.
All right, sir.
Like, suppose if you are asked the example for a reasonable restriction in right to life,
Hmm.
then what will you say?
Procedure established by law.
Okay,
That is the only reasonable restriction in that case.
okay. And when you are not entitled to freedom under law,
Sorry, sir.
like a convicted person,
Yes, sir.
a person sentenced to death by
That's
hanging or whatever means,
yes, sir.
the law doesn't provide him a right to life.
Right,
So
right,
that
sir.
is a reasonable restriction.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So come out with specific examples when you are asked with these are very mm, complicated and delicate issues. So be specific on while answering such questions.
Hmm. Yes, sir.
Now, law definitely has a lot of interaction with most of the services,
Hmm.
especially among the civil services, whether it is IAS, IPS, revenue service, or whatever.
Hmm.
So it definitely does an edge to person knowing the law, but then that should be, having a balanced approach while using it and while also answering the question.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Independent directors, the thing has not been implemented as it was envisaged. There are
All right,
different
sir.
reasons for it, but you should know that it has not been implemented.
All right, sir.
Okay. Uh,
Yes, sir.
there are different reasons for it. Um, one reason is that of late many independent directors refuse to accept the offer because of the fear of prosecution.
Okay.
If they simply sail with the board and don't
Hmm.
put their dissent, then
Hmm.
they are as culpable as other directors who have voted in favor of a particular resolution.
Yes, sir.
In Satyam's case, if you know, there
Hmm.
was also a bureaucrat who was into trouble because he did not put his dissent in the resolution.
Okay.
Okay. So these things you should know. Then, of course, if companies take the argument we don't have enough persons qualified to be independent director.
Hmm.
There are many such reasons. So, if you are asked, what was unique to 13 Companies Act vis-a-vis the 48, you should be able to know these specific details.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes,
Otherwise,
sir.
of course, your answering has been very good, I must say.
All
But
right, sir.
yes, as you yourself admitted, some specific cases of trade laws difference, etc., etc. I
Yes,
have already told you what areas to look into
yes, sir. I will.
that question. Okay.
Yes, sir. I will do
Yes.
that.
Anything else you want to know?
Nothing, sir. Everything else is. I feel that everything else was very good. I got to have a very deep insight into various laws through this conversation, and whatever gaps I found, I will work upon them.
Okay. Then all the best, Dhwani.
Thank you so much, sir.
All the best. You should be able to make it in my assessment.
Thank you so much, sir. With
Okay.
your
Thank you.
blessings, definitely, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.